The sky was full of red clouds when Cole stepped off the landing craft. The planet was cold and quiet, but the silence felt heavy. Cole looked around at the thick trees and broken metal pieces spread across the ground. He took a deep breath and held his scanner up. There was no sign of life, just some weak signals from the wrecked transport ship nearby. Maya walked behind him, her boots making soft crunches in the dirt. Jason followed with a pack full of tools. They were here for scrap metal, not adventure. Cole was the youngest of the team, but also the most curious. He looked at the crashed ship ahead. Its hull was broken open, parts hanging like bones from a dead animal. The three of them started moving toward it. Cole scanned for power cores, fuel cells, or anything they could sell. They spent the whole morning collecting small parts and loading them into their cart. Cole wandered a little farther than the others. Drawn by a signal his scanner picked up. "Don't go too far," Maya called out. "There's stories about things in these woods." Cole laughed a little. "You believe in ghost stories now?" He kept walking. The signal grew stronger. He reached a rocky hill covered in moss. There, half buried in the dirt, was a large panel with blinking lights. As he bent to take a closer look, he heard something move behind him. He turned fast, pulling his metal rod from his belt. A shape jumped from the trees, fast and dark. Its eyes glowed green. Cole swung the rod and hit it hard. The creature fell with a cry. Breathing hard, Cole stepped back. The thing on the ground groaned. Looked like a girl, not a monster. Her skin was light blue, and her hair was silver. Her eyes were closed now. She didn't move. Cole froze. He had expected a beast, not a person. He knelt next to her. She had pointed ears and strange marks on her face. Her chest moved slowly. She was still alive. Cole picked her up carefully. She was light, and her skin felt cold. He carried her back to the camp. Maya's eyes went wide when she saw Cole with the alien girl in his arms. "What did you do?" "She attacked me, but I think she was scared," he said. "I didn't know she was like this." Jason looked unsure. "She could be dangerous. She's hurt," Cole said. "She needs help." They made a small space near the fire. Cole gave her water and wrapped a blanket around her. She opened her eyes slowly and looked at him. Her voice was weak. "You ... not kill." Cole shook his head. "No, you scared me. I thought you were something else." She looked at the others, then back at him.
"I'm named ... Lyra, not beast."
Cole smiled a little. "I'm Cole. You're safe now." Lyra closed her eyes again. Cole sat beside her. "Right." Maya and Jason stayed close, but said nothing. Night was falling, and the forest outside the camp started to hum with strange sounds. Cole looked at the fire. He had come for metal and scrap, but now there was something else, something alive. He didn't know what would happen next, but he felt something strange. Like this girl, Lyra was more than just a stranger. Far off in the woods, something howled. Cole stood up slowly and looked into the dark. He knew this planet was not as empty as they had thought. Whatever was out there, it was coming. Lyra sat near the fire with a blanket around her shoulders. Her silver hair fell across her face, and her golden eyes watched the flames. Cole sat beside her, holding a piece of bread, offered it to her. She took it slowly, her fingers thin and trembling. Maya crossed her arms. "This is not a good idea," she said to Cole. "She could be lying."
Hush.
"She's not lying," Cole said. "She could have attacked us again, but she didn't." Jason stood back, checking a scanner. "We picked up movement near the edge of the wreck. Something big. It's not her," Cole said. "Shh. Warned me. There are others." Lyra looked up. "Dark ones," she said. "Not like me. They hunt." Cole leaned forward. "Why do they hunt you?" Lyra took a long breath. "Long ago, ... ships came. Big ships. Not from this world. People came and broke the land. My kind lived here before. We hid. They thought we were beasts. They killed many. I ran." Maya's face softened a little, but she still looked unsure. "If she's telling the truth, we should leave. This place isn't safe." "We can't leave yet," Jason said. "The ship needs more fuel. We're stuck for now." Cole looked at Lyra again. "How did you survive alone?" She looked at the trees. "The forest helped me," I learned. I listened. Later that night, Cole stayed awake while the others slept. Lyra sat beside him. The fire crackled between them. You saved me, she said. No, Cole replied. I hit you first. I thought you were something dangerous. Still, Lyra said. You stopped. You carried me. Gave food. Cole smiled a little. I couldn't just leave you. She touched the edge of the blanket. You are not like the others. He looked at her carefully. Her skin seemed to glow faintly in the firelight. Her voice was calm, but her eyes held pain. In the morning, Jason found tracks near the edge of camp. Look at this, he said. Something came close. Big feet, 4 toes, not hers. Cole looked at the tracks. They circled the camp, then vanished into the trees. Lyra stepped beside him. They are watching. They wait. Can we fight them? Maya asked. Lyra shook her head. Not with fire, not with steel. They move in shadows, but I can feel them. The team spent the day moving supplies closer together and building small walls with broken panels. Lyra helped, though her movements were slow. Cole noticed how she touched the ground often, like she was listening. At sunset, the sounds in the forest changed. The birds went silent. The air felt thick. Cole stood with a rod in his hand. Jason held the laser cutter. Maya had a flare ready. Lyra stepped into the open and closed her eyes. She whispered something in her language. The trees around her shimmered slightly. What are you doing? Cole asked. Calling light, she said, to blind them. A shape moved in the dark, then another. Glowing eyes flashed between the trees. One of the creatures charged forward. Jason fired. The blast hit a tree. Maya threw a flare. It lit the ground for a second. Cole saw the full shape of the beast. It was tall, with long arms and rough skin like stone. It leaped toward them. Lyra raised her hand. A bright flash lit the camp. The beast screamed and fell back. Another came from the left. Cole swung his rod and hit it. It snarled, but didn't fall. Jason pushed it back with the cutter. More shapes moved in the dark. Then Lyra let out a long cry. Light burst from her hands and spread like a wave. The beasts howled and fled. The forest grew quiet again. Everyone stood still. Cole looked at Lyra. She was breathing hard, but still standing. You okay? He asked. She nodded. I will fight. I will help. Maya stepped closer. Maybe she's not the danger after all, Jason sighed. Looks like we've got more to worry about than scrap metal. Cole looked at the stars above. This place had changed everything, and Lyra was no longer just a stranger. The next morning was quiet. The sun rose slowly behind the trees, casting long shadows across the ground. Cole sat by the fire, watching Lyra as she stood near the edge of the camp. She was still, eyes closed, as if listening to something far away. Jason walked over, rubbing his shoulder. That thing almost got me last night. If it wasn't for her, I'd be done. Cole nodded. She saved us. Maya joined them, holding a small pot of warm water. I still don't know if we can trust her, but I don't think she wants to hurt us. Lyra opened her eyes. She turned and walked back, toward them. They come again. Not now, but soon. Can we stop them? Cole asked. Not here, she said. This place is broken. They know it. They smell fire. Jason looked at the trees. And we need to move. Lyra pointed east. There is a place. Old place. My people lived there before. The ground is strong. The beasts fear it. Maya raised an eyebrow. You want us to go deeper into the forest? It is safe, Lyra said. But only if we leave now. They packed fast. Tools, water, and what little food they had left. Cole helped Lyra carry her things. She still walked slow, but she didn't ask for help. Her eyes kept scanning the trees. They moved through the forest in silence. The path was narrow, with roots and fallen branches. Cole stayed close to Lyra, asking questions when he could. What was this place before? Your home? Lyra nodded. A garden, full of light, before the skyships came. What happened to your people? She looked away. Most gone. Some taken, some died. I ran. I hid. Maya looked back. And the beasts, where did they come from? Not beasts at first, Lyra said. They were changed. Machines from the sky made them different, made them hunt. They walked until the sun began to fall. Then Lyra stopped. She pointed ahead. Through the trees, a low hill rose, covered in green moss and glowing stones. A few broken towers stood like old bones. "We're here," she said. They entered the ruins. It felt quiet, almost like the air was holding its breath. Cole touched one of the stones. It felt warm. "This place has power," Lyra said. "Old power. It keeps the dark away." They set up camp near a broken wall. Jason found an old water source. Maya checked the scanner. No signs of movement. Looks clear. That night, the fire burned bright. Lyra sat close to Cole, her head resting near his shoulder. They shared a quiet moment, looking at the stars. "Why did you come to this planet?" she asked. "We came for metal," Cole said. "To sell? We're just a salvage crew. Nothing special." She smiled. "But you stayed, fought, you saved me." "I didn't plan to," he said. "It just happened." Lyra looked at the flames. Maybe it was meant. Suddenly Jason stood up. Something moved out there. North side. Everyone froze. Lyra stood quickly, her eyes glowing faintly. Cole grabbed his rod. Maya picked up her flare. They moved toward the edge of the ruins. The trees were still. Then a soft growl broke the silence. From the shadows, a beast stepped out. It was smaller than the others. Hurt. Its leg dragged behind it. It looked at them, but didn't attack. Lyra raised her hand. "This one is not with them. It is lost." "Should we kill it?" Jason asked. "No," she said. "Let it go." The beast turned and limped away. Cole lowered his weapon. "You really don't hate them, do you?" Lyra shook her head. "They are not evil, just broken like me." "Oh." That night, as the others slept, Cole sat awake. He watched Lyra sleep near the wall, her face calm. He knew something had changed, not just in the forest, but inside him. She was not a beast. She was something more. And maybe, just maybe, so was he. The next day, the sky was gray. Thick clouds hung low over the ruins. Cole woke early and saw Lyra already awake, standing near one of the tall stones. She was quiet, her eyes closed, her hands on the surface of the glowing rock. He walked over. "What are you doing?" "The stone remembers," she said. "It speaks." Cole touched the stone but felt nothing. Lyra opened her eyes and turned to him. "It tells of the past, of fire, of pain, the old songs." Jason came up behind them, yawning. "That's nice, but we still need fuel. We can't leave without it." Maya checked the map on her device. "There's a broken mining site a few clicks north. If we're lucky, it still has a power cell or two." "Then we go," Cole said. He turned to Lyra. "Will you come with us?" "Yes," she said. "I know the path, but danger waits." They packed what they needed and left the ruins. Lyra led them through thick trees and deep ravines. The air grew colder, and the ground turned to stone. Strange plants glowed along the edges of the path. As they walked, Maya asked, "Why do you still help us?" Lyra didn't look back. "Because Cole helped me. Because you are not like the ones before." Jason looked around. "Still feels like we're walking into a trap." We reached the mining site by noon. It was a field of broken machines and cracked ground. Old wires hung like vines. The place was silent. Cole and Jason moved toward a fallen tower. Inside, they found a power cell. It was weak, but still working. "We got one," Jason said. "Let's grab it and go." As they turned, a sharp sound cut the air. A screech. Then another. Cole froze. Shapes moved on the ridge above them. "They followed us," Lyra said. "Big ones, fast." Cole and Jason pulled weapons. Maya set off a flare. Light flashed across the field. "Back to the wall," Cole shouted. They ran. Lyra moved beside him, her hands glowing. A beast jumped toward them. Cole hit it with the rod. Lyra blasted it with light. Jason tripped. A beast reached for him, but Maya fired a shot that scared it back. She pulled Jason to his feet. They reached a broken wall and took cover. Lyra stood in front, hands glowing bright. She spoke in her old tongue, and the ground shook. Vines rose from the soil, wrapping around the legs of two beasts. Others kept coming. Cole fought hard, using everything he had. Then a loud roar came from the top of the hill. A massive beast stood there, twice the size of the others. It jumped down. "That one leads," Lyra said. "It controls the rest." "Then we take it down," Cole said. The beast charged. Cole ran forward. He swung his rod, hitting its side. It didn't fall. It turned and knocked him to the ground. Lyra screamed and sent a wave of light at the beast. It stumbled, but kept moving. Maya and Jason fired their tools, slowing it. Cole stood, bruised but angry. He grabbed a sharp metal pipe and ran again. This time, he drove the pipe into the beast's chest. It roared and fell. The others paused, then fled into the trees. The field was quiet again. Cole stood breathing hard, blood on his arm. Lyra ran to him. "You're hurt. I'll live," he said. He smiled at her. "You saved us again. We saved each other," she said. Jason held up the power cell. "Let's get back before more show up." They walked back to the ruins slowly. The sun broke through the clouds. The first time the forest didn't feel as dark. That night, they sat around the fire. Lyra sat close to Cole. Maya and Jason rested nearby. They had made it through another day. Cole looked at Lyra, said, "This place has power. Does it still work?" She nodded. "Some of it. Enough to call help." Cole felt something shift in his chest. Hope. He had not felt it in a long time. The next morning came with a soft light through the trees. Birds sang in the distance. Cole sat with Lyra near the tall stones. She held the power cell in her hands, eyes focused. The light from the ruins seemed to pulse with her breath. "Can you really use the tech here?" Cole asked. Lyra nodded slowly. "This place remembers. I know how to wake it." Jason and Maya joined them, still tired but curious. Jason looked at the broken pillars. "If we can boost the signal with this place's power, maybe we can reach a rescue ship." Lyra placed the cell into a small opening at the base of the largest stone. The stone began to glow brighter. Lines of light ran through the ground. Cole stepped back. "What's happening?" "The old song begins again," Lyra said. "It calls to the sky." Maya looked at her scanner. "I'm picking up a signal. Strong. Really strong." Jason smiled. "We might actually get off this rock." Cole looked at Lyra. She didn't smile. She stared at the sky. "You don't want to leave, do you?" he asked. She shook her head. "This is my home. I was born here. My people's light still sleeps in these stones." "But you don't have to stay alone anymore," he said. She looked at him. "The beasts are not gone. The forest still hides pain. If I go, who will protect it?" Jason's scanner beeped. Signal confirmed. A ship is close. Maybe one day out. Cole felt a strange weight in his chest. He had wanted to leave this place since they landed. Now he wasn't sure. Later that day, they packed what they could. Jason worked on fixing a beacon. Maya wrote down everything they had seen. Cole walked with Lyra to the edge of the ruins. "Do you think your people will come back someday?" he asked. "If the land heals, maybe," she said. "But some things never return." He stopped walking. "You saved us more than once. You didn't have to. You could have stayed hidden." "You didn't leave me," she said. "You saw me. Not a beast. Person. That changed everything." The sun fell low in the sky. Soft wind blew through the ruins. That night, they sat around the fire again. No beasts came. No sounds from the woods. Only peace. Jason stood. "Tomorrow, the ship should arrive. We'll be ready." Maya nodded. "We survived. We got what we came for." More than that, Cole looked at Lyra. She sat close to him, her hands folded. He could see the sadness in her eyes. "You don't have to stay," he said. "You have a choice." "And if I leave," she said, "what will I be out there? Not human, not known. You'll be Lyra," he said, "and I'll be there with you." She looked into his eyes. "You would stay with me, even in a place where I don't belong?" "You belong with me," he said. She reached for his hand. "Then I will go, not because I am leaving this place, but because I am choosing you." The next day, the ship came. A dark shape in the sky that grew closer and louder. It landed near the edge of the ruins. The crew greeted them. They checked Jason's wounds and offered supplies. Maya handed over the data. They looked at Lyra with curiosity, but said nothing. Cole stayed close to her. They walked up the ramp together. He looked back once more at the forest, the stones, the sky. It was the end of one journey and the start of another. Lyra stood beside him, eyes full of light. She had been hunted, hurt, and alone. Now she was leaving not as a survivor, but as someone who had found a new future. And Cole, once just a scrap hunter, had found something more. Not just a reason to fight, but a reason to live.